Had to do some push-ups to wake up. It's a bit early in the morning. Well, welcome back. My name's Luke, and I'm on a journey to grow physically. Got some push-ups, mentally, spiritually, and financially. And one of the ways that I'm doing that is by making these videos. So let's hop into it. Alright, so today what I'm talking to you about is a little idea that I had, and it's pretty interesting. I was writing out my script for the video that I kind of follow along, and I was surprised how much I had to write about the topic. I guess I was just a lot of thought into it, but it's about low-hanging fruit versus the fruit that's high in the vine. And what I mean by that, you're like, fruit, what the heck is that? So low-hanging fruit is going the easy route. I defined it as like easy things that we do because we're scared, we are insecure, lazy, impatient, fill in the blank, whatever. Easy things that we do and, reach for the low-hanging fruit because it's not that high. Makes sense. It's easy. We do these things, go for the low-hanging fruit, because we're too afraid to shoot our shot or go for the big goals. Now, the big goals is the opposite of this. It's a little acronym I heard somewhere. They're called BHAGs, B-H-A-G, big, hairy, audacious goals. Or those are the fruit that are way up in the tree at the canopy that you really got to strive for to get, which are the complete opposite of the low-hanging fruit. They're really hard to get, but they're extremely rewarding, and that's what we're going for. So naturally, we as humans want to take the path of least resistance, like water. Always just go the easiest route. Now this comes before, long time ago. It's built into our DNA and who we are back, like a long time ago, pre-technology, anything like that, when humans had to do like a lot of manual physical stuff to live. Like you're building stuff, you're hunting, all these things, take calories and energy. Now, the body, to save itself energy so you don't, run out of energy, get hungry, starve, and die, because that's what it was like back then. Generally, the body, and you always go for the thing that takes the least amount of work or calories to do, because you're saving yourself. The body's like protecting itself in a way, which makes sense back then. And it had some good things to it, because since humans are always trying to find an easier way to do something or a better way to do something, that's how innovation was created. And pretty much any invention or technology that we have now was because we were trying to find an easier way to do something, which is great. But in the negative sense, now there's some things that we need to go above and beyond for, and that we can't just go for the low-hanging fruit like our body tries to tell us to do. Another reason why we go for the LHF, low-hanging fruit, is because we like to do what everyone else is doing. And since we all naturally want to go for the easy route, most of us do, which is why we want to join the group. Now, this makes sense of joining a group and being like everyone else, because back in the day, like I said, you had to work together to survive, either in a tribe or a small village. You have to work together and be a part of the group to survive, because if you're on your own, it's not looking good for you. But the fact of the matter is that the majority is usually wrong, but we believe it's in our DNA that it's safer to be wrong in the majority than right on our own, which in many cases back then, that's how it worked. Even if you had an idea or something that was right on your own, it was still better and more likely you'd survive if you stuck with the majority, which is why it's so strong in our mindset today to do what everyone else is doing. But the problem is we want to break free of that, break free of the ordinary and join the extraordinary and go after our big, hairy, audacious goals. All right, now since we covered the low-hanging fruit, it's now time to cover our big, hairy, audacious goals, or the fruit that's high on the vine, way up there. So, why go for these fruit that's like high up and it's hard to get to our big goals? Well, one, because it's extremely rewarding. It's what we actually, want to do. Some could say like our big goals are like our purpose, what we're really going for. There's a bunch of like good big reasons like that, and a little small one too is a little concept that I learned about. I think it was from a book or a podcast or something like that, but it pretty much mentioned that since everyone, which is why I talked about those two natural things of why we go for the low-hanging fruit, is because it's naturally easy and we want to be with everyone else. Those are the two things. So since it's easy and we want to be with everyone else, we tend to all go for the low-hanging fruit. Now what that means is, it's low-hanging, so it's easier. But when you have everyone going for it, it becomes extremely competitive and sometimes a lot harder to get the low-hanging fruit that you're going for, whatever that may be, instead of getting in a little extra effort, a little extra thought in going for your big goal. It gave this example that it's easier to get a 10 than a 7 because everyone has like low self-esteem, doesn't think they can pull, and they try to talk to the 7 instead of the 10 first. And then since there's 20 guys going for the 7 and 1 for the 10, you think about this statistically, your chances are a lot slimmer going for the 10. Okay, so we talked about low-hanging fruit, what that means. Talked about the fruit that's high in the vine, our big hairy goals, what that means, why we tend to go for the low-hanging fruit, and why we should go for the fruit that's high in the vine or our big goals. Now it's time to talk about my big hairy goals that I'm going to be going after. So the first one is before the end of senior year to get to 225 pounds and be shredded. And by shredded, I don't mean like super low body fat, but good ab definition, stuff like that. Right now, I'm like 205 to 210, and so that means I got like 19 months to gain, like 15 pounds or something like that, which is about like 0.8 pounds of muscle per month, which is definitely doable, and I work out a lot, so definitely should be doable. I'm excited for that, but it still takes a lot of effort. Another goal that I have is actually for YouTube is to get consistently 100 views per video by the time before next year, so before 2025. So that doesn't seem like a big goal, like 100 views, not even 100 subscribers, 100 views. But right now, with getting like 2 views per video and the retention on those is like 30 seconds or something, and it's kind of a big goal. The challenging part for me is trying to figure out how to make my content more intriguing and interesting without giving up my authenticity. The third and last one is to sell 10 websites before the end of the year. What I mean by that is I work for this guy. It's pretty much I just do sales for him. He has like website services, and so I sell his websites to people and I get a commission off what he does. So those are the 3 big goals I'm gonna be going for lately, and I'm excited to see what the future holds, and I'm sure I'll update you on those goals in the future. Catch you in the next video. See ya.